Mamma mia guys, welcome to the channel. I am Riccardo aka Mad Hatter. I'm a professional colorist, and since this is my first solo video on the channel, it has to be dynamite.
Mamma mia!
So, if you too want to be a professional colorist, let's face it, talent and practice are a must, but they won't be enough to make you profitable. In this industry, there is just one rule, which is time is money. Just to put this into perspective, do you have an idea on how much money you're losing just watching this utter video? Just kidding, this video is pure gold. Maybe gold-plated silver, but still shiny? Okay, just kidding, but let's be honest, there is no such thing as the secret tool to make you profitable or whatever, but, and this is a huge but, we can optimize at best the time that we spend in front of the screen to make sure that every second is profitable and it is worth it. So what I want to talk about today is one tool in DaVinci which you might be familiar with, or at least the concept of it, and it is the color space transform open effects. Chances are you're familiar with the concept of LUT. There is just one problem with LUT in general. First thing, LUT is not footage related. It does not read the metadata of the file, it does not read the image itself. LUT is just a table which tells the program what to do with the luminance, or if it's a 3D LUT, with luminance and color and tone. The second problem with LUT is that not all LUTs are created equal. By that I mean that there are good LUTs, like the one provided by Ari, Red or whomever, which are specifically created for a camera, and they are more of a color space transform thing. Well, in other cases, LUTs can be quite destructive, especially if you don't use them correctly. And by the way, I will do another video in which I explain exactly how to use LUTs, don't worry. So, you know, check the notification bell down below, it's somewhere around here. It's just a small click and you'll be updated on everything that we do. Anyway, as I was saying, two big problems with LUTs, not image related, not all LUTs are good. So what can we do? As I said, color space transform in DaVinci Resolve. It's an open effect, it's there for you, and if you know how to use it, well, it will solve so much of your headaches. So without further ado, let's jump into DaVinci and let's see how this works. So, as you can see, we're already in DaVinci. I've already created a project, and I've imported some footage from different cameras that we can usually find in the industry. So from top end, Ari, Alexa and Red, to some of, I wouldn't say lower end, but you know, a bit more budget friendly, like a Noosa 12K, a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, or even a Sony 6400. And this timelines that I've created, I've dropped 3 pieces of footage for each camera, so we can see a bit more of the differences. Most of this footage is stock footage that you can find on different websites, and I will link them below in the description so that you can download it and use it for yourself. So without further ado, let's go into the Ari timeline, let's select this first clip and let's go into the color page. This would be a very easy color grade, okay? I'm not color grading these clips, I'm just color correcting them to show you the power of this tool. So we have our waveform here ready for, as you can see, this log C profile. And so what we can do is we can take this first node, click on open effects, type in color and choose color space transform, okay? Drop it in there. We have it in here. Let's name this CST, okay, color space transform, so we know what is going on in this node. And then how does this work? Okay, what you have to do basically is tell him the input color space, the input gamma, and what your output needs to be, and it will do his magic by his own. So let's see, this is an Ari Alexa, the profile is Ari log C, and as you can see, it's already doing something quite nice, okay? The contrast is popping, the saturation has increased, but there are a couple of things that we can still do to make it even better. And this is, first of all, under same mapping method, choose luminance mapping, okay? And this is doing very minimal changes in here, since this is working quite fine, okay? But you can see that it's taking care of something in here, and in particular, what it's doing is taking care of the screencast that the Arri Alexa usually has, okay? Arri Alexa has a tendency to have a green cast on it, and this is the huge difference between a LUT and the color space transform. A LUT is not related to the footage. It will not take into account that Alexa has this green tendency, which is more or less visible depending on the settings in the camera, and since it's not analyzing the footage, it will not take care of that. In this case, instead, since we can tell DaVinci how to map the tone, and we can say, okay, use the luminance mapping, so the luminance metadata in the video to map the tone, then the DaVinci knows where more or less, the green cast should be, and based on the luminance, it's taking care of that for us. And you can see the image looks quite better already. There's just one thing that we can add then is the gamma mapping. We can choose saturation compression, okay? This is doing very minimal, but it's just to control saturation, which in some cases can be a bit too much using this instrument. So if we have a look at the waveform now, before and after we apply this, okay? So let's close the open effects, let's bring this up here, and let's make this bigger for you, my friends, okay? And you know what, let's take out even the, okay, let's take out even the vector scope, okay, to see what this is doing. And let's do before, okay, and after. You see how this is expanding, it's all in the good realm, okay. One thing I forgot actually is to set the color space output and output gamma, but this is just because my project is already set to Rec 709. So if I use this as it is, it will set it to Rec 709, which is usually what you want to set. Of course, depending on your delivery, it might vary, but just to show you, let's go and select Rec 709 here, okay? Rec 709 and Rec 709, as you can see, nothing changes as these are exactly the same settings that I have in the timeline. That said, as I was saying, this is working fine. There's still something that we can do, okay? The color balance is maybe a bit too hot right now, but not so much, I would say. The shadows are looking quite proper, okay? There's just some blue cast in the shadows, but I think it's fine. And overall, this looks fine. What you can do then is place this just, as the last node, Shift S on the keyboard to add a new serial, okay? First node. This is usually what I do. First node is for noise reduction, okay? And then add a new node, so Alt S, and this one you can do your primary, okay? And this one you can just take care of minus things, okay? For example, let's say we want this image to have a bit more contrast, okay? So we want to drop the shadows a bit more, something like this. Maybe drop a bit the midtones and pop the luminance a bit, okay? Something like this. Okay, let's do before and after. Okay, you see we've created a bit more contrast, but these are minor things that are really up to you and your taste. Maybe you want to do some balance, okay? Maybe I see that this is too hot as an image. I can cool this down slightly, okay, something like this. And maybe I still see a slight bit of green in here possibly. So I might want to push this a bit further to the left, okay? Even something like this, and let's do before and after. Yeah, much better. But as you can see, it's very minor. It's not a proper primary adjustment. It's just one of the things really up to my taste in this case. And now I can jump into the grade. It's really easy, super fast. And so the idea would be then you would place this CSC after your primary, and after that you can create a new node and from there start building your grade. So we're in the red timeline, and let's try this with this clip here. So as always, let's make our node tree, and guys, please stay consistent with your node tree. I know that this seems to be unnecessary right now, but in the long run, being consistent with what you do will help you, as no matter the project you jump on, you'll always be always be easy to know exactly what is going on in each node, for it will be automatic for you, okay? So let's drop in the color space transform. Let's set it correctly. So in this case, this is red white gamut. This should be where it is, red log 3 exactly. Let's bring it to Rec 709 and Rec 709. And let's go with luminance mapping first of all. Saturation compression. Okay. And let's balance this out a bit for it's definitely overdoing it for the red camera. But it should be an easy fix. Okay. Maybe decreasing just slightly saturation. Do something like this. Yeah, better. And maybe opening up the image just slightly. Okay. Something like this looks nice, I would say. We can maybe add some magenta in the shadow very slightly. And let's correct a bit the shadows. I don't want to make them blue. Of course, this is brown that we have here, but we want to make it so normal. Yeah, something like this. Okay, before and after. Okay, you see we are controlling what is happening here, but in I would say 1 minute we have a perfectly good to go image. Of course, then we can do whatever we want as far as the look goes, but this tool here is taking care of everything for us. As you can see in this case, for example, it's overdoing it in terms of contrast and saturation, but again, that's why we are placing this after our primary node. So in the primary, we can take care of everything. Well guys, we're at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. As always...
Uè Pirletta! Sì, parlo con te. Fai il ganassa? As always cosa? Chi ti conosce?
Well, thank you, voice in my head. So as I was saying, if you have any suggestions for future videos, drop them in the comments below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel to stay updated on anything we do next. If you want to learn more about DaVinci, maybe do a one-to-one lesson, please check the link in the description for my Fiverr page, as well the links for my Instagram and Alessandro's. We post them every day almost, so you can be updated on whatever we do. And my tongue is twisting right now, so I think it's time to end this video. Thank you so much for watching again. Till next time, be safe, take care, bye bye.
Mamma mia!